keep fighting voices in my mind that say I'm not enough. Every single lie that tells me I will never measure up. Am I more than just the sum of every high and every low? Remind me once again just who I am, because I need to know. Ooh, oh, you say I'm loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I'm strong when I think I'm weak. And you say I am held when I am falling short. And when I don't belong, oh, you say I am yours. And I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. I believe the only thing that matters now is everything you think of me. In you I find my worth, in you I find my identity. Ooh, oh, you say I'm loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I am strong when I think I'm weak. And you say I am held when I am falling short. When I don't belong, oh, you say I am yours. And I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. Oh, I believe. Taking all I have and now I'm laying it at your feet. You'll have every failure, God. You'll have every victory. Ooh, oh, you say I'm loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I am strong when I think I am weak. You say I am held when I am falling short. When I don't belong, oh, you say I'm yours. And I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. I believe, oh, I believe, yes, I believe what you say of me. I believe.
Okay. Whoa. This guy right here with an absolute hitter, timing based and co. Welcome. Ah, that don't add any extra unneeded pressure at all. Love to see it, to be honest. My oh my. Another day. Another thing to be absolutely 100% grateful for. And I don't think sometimes we take that blessing serious enough. I think we take it for granted a little bit too much. Along with a lot of the things in life that are just absolutely keeping us from pounding sand the hard way. I don't know. My mind's been really just sick of seeing the world, you know? It 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 saddens me to great lengths, like a lot of the nonsense that is happening. You can only do what you can do though, right? So what do? Stay in scripture. Keep close to God, because if you want him to watch over you, then he wants you to stay close so he can do that. How can he watch over you if you stray far away? Anyway, last episode, last stream yesterday, we left off right about the middle of Numbers. The Israelites arguing, complaining, picking a fight with God who lives among them. Doesn't really seem to me to be like one of those really great ideas, but hey, the lessons they learn might last a day if they're absolutely lucky. uh, anyway, welcome back. Numbers chapter 19. The Lord said to Moses and Aaron, "Here is another legal requirement commanded by the Lord. Tell the people of Israel to bring you a red heifer, a perfect animal that has no defects and has never been yoked to a plow. Give it to Eleazar the priest, and it will be taken outside the camp and slaughtered in his presence. Eleazar will take some of its blood and sprinkle it 7 times toward the front of the tabernacle. As Eleazar watches, the heifer must be burned, its hide, meat, blood, and dung. Eleazar the priest must then take a stick of cedar, a hyssop branch, and some scarlet yarn and throw them into the fire where the heifer is burning. Then the priest must wash his clothes and bathe himself in water. Afterward he may return to the camp, though he will remain ceremonially unclean until evening. The man who burns the animal must also wash his clothes and bathe himself in water. Afterward he may return to the camp, though he will remain ceremonially unclean. And he too will remain ceremonially unclean until evening. Then someone who is ceremonially clean will gather up the ashes of the heifer and deposit them in a purified place outside the camp. They will be kept there for the community of Israel to use in the water for the purification ceremony. The ceremony is performed for the removal of sin. The man who gathers up the ash of the heifer must also wash his clothes, and he will remain ceremonially unclean until evening. This is a permanent law for the people of Israel and any foreigners who live among them. All those who touch a dead human body will be ceremonially unclean for 7 days. They must purify themselves on the third and seventh days with the water of purification. Then they will be purified. But if they do not do this on the third and seventh day, they will continue to be unclean even after the seventh day. All those who touch a dead body and do not purify themselves in the proper way defile the Lord's tabernacle, and they will be cut off from the community of Israel. Since the water of purification was not sprinkled on them, their defilement continues. This is the ritual law that applies when someone dies inside a tent. All those who enter that tent and those who were inside when the death occurred will be ceremonially unclean for 7 days. Any open container in the tent that was not covered with a lid is also defiled. And if someone in an open field touches the corpse of someone who was killed with a sword or who died a natural death, or if someone who touches a human bone or a grave, that person will be defiled for 7 days. To remove the defilement, put some of the ashes from the burnt purification offering in a jar and pour fresh water over them. Then someone who is ceremonially clean must take a hyssop branch and dip it into the water. That person must sprinkle the water on the tent, on all the furnishings in the tent, and on the people who were in the tent. Also on the person who touched a human bone, or touched someone who was killed or who died naturally, or who touched a grave. On the third and seventh days, the person who is ceremonially clean must sprinkle the water on those who are defiled. Then on the seventh day, the people being cleansed must wash their clothes and bathe themselves. That evening they will be cleansed of their defilement. But those who become defiled and do not purify themselves will be cut off from the community, for they have defiled the sanctuary of the Lord. Since the water of purification has not been sprinkled on them, they remain defiled. This is a permanent law for the people those who sprinkle the water of purification must afterwards wash their clothes, and anyone who then touches the water used for purification will remain defiled until evening. Anything and anyone that a defiled person touches will be ceremonially unclean until evening. That's wild that the water of purification could make you defiled. Like the defilement is more it's more powerful. Like you have to go wash after you cleanse somebody. Seems reasonable. Chapter 20. In the first month of the year, the whole community of Israel arrived in the wilderness of Zin and camped at Kadesh. While they were there, Miriam died and was buried. Hi, Cat. Did you see Base traded the stream like before it even started? Like, the Lord truly does bless those who try to keep his ways, no matter how much we fail. Ugh. There was no water for the people to drink at that place, so they rebelled against Moses and Aaron. The people blamed Moses and said, "If only we had died in the Lord's presence with our brothers. Why have you brought the congregation of the Lord's people into this wilderness to die, along with all our livestock?" They are still not getting it. "Why did you make us leave Egypt and bring us here to this terrible place? This land has no grain, no figs, no grapes, no pomegranates, and no water to drink." Moses and Aaron turned away from the people and went to the entrance of the tabernacle, where they fell face down on the ground. Then the glorious presence of the Lord appeared to them, and the Lord said to Moses, "You and Aaron must take the staff and assemble the entire community. As the people watch, speak to the rock over there, and it will pour out its water. You will provide enough water from the rock to satisfy the whole community and their livestock." I hope they remember what happened last time they were bitching about not having any meat to eat. Just saying. So Moses did as he was told. He took the staff from the place where it was kept before the Lord. Then he and Aaron summoned the people to come and gather at the rock. "Listen, you rebels," he shouted. "Must we bring you water from this rock?" Then Moses raised his hand and struck the rock twice with the staff, and water gushed out. So the entire community and their livestock drank their fill. But the Lord said to Moses and Aaron, "Because you did not trust me enough to demonstrate my holiness to the people of Israel, you will not lead them into the land I am giving them." This place was known as the waters of Meribah, because there the people of Israel argued with the Lord, and there he demonstrated his holiness among them again. While Moses was at Kadesh, he sent ambassadors to the king of Edom with this message: "This is what your relatives, the people of Israel, say. You know all the hardships we have been through. Our ancestors went down to Egypt, and we lived there a long time, and we and our ancestors were brutally mistreated by the Egyptians. But when we cried out to the Lord, he heard us and sent an angel who brought us out of Egypt. Now we are camped at Kadesh, a town on the border of your land. Please let us travel through your land. We will be careful not to go through your fields and vineyards. We won't even drink water from your wells. We will stay on the king's road and never leave it until we have passed through your territory." But the king of Edom said, "Stay out of my land, or I will meet you with an army." The Israelites answered, "We will stay on the main road. If our livestock drink your water, we will pay for it. Just please let us pass through your country. That is all we ask." But the king of Edom replied, "Stay out, you may not pass through our land." With that he mobilized his army and marched out against them. with an imposing force. Because Edom refused to allow Israel to pass through their country, Israel was forced to turn around. The whole community of Israel left Kadesh and arrived at Mount Hor. Hor. There on the border of the land of Edom, the Lord said to Moses and Aaron, "The time has come for Aaron to join his ancestors in death. He will not enter the land I am giving the people of Israel, because the two of you rebelled against my instructions concerning the water at Meribah. Now take Aaron and his son Eleazar, Eleazar up to Mount Or. There you will remove Aaron's priestly garments and put them on Eleazar his son. Aaron will die and there and join his ancestors." So Moses did as the Lord commanded. The three of them went up to Mount Or together as the whole community watched. At the summit, Moses removed the priestly garments from Aaron and put them on Eleazar, Aaron's son. Then Aaron died there on top of the mountain, just boop. And Moses and Eleazar went back down. Then, when the people realized that Aaron had died, all Israel mourned him for 30 days. They were literally just rebelling against him yesterday. But now that he's dead, we feel really, really bad about it. But we wouldn't listen to what you said the Lord was telling us when you were alive. Chapter 21. The Canaanite king of Arad, who lived in the Negev, heard that the Israelites were approaching on the road through Ethereum. I hate it when the words are hard enough. Don't divide the word between two lines, please. I think it's Ethereum or Atharim. Yeah, Atharim. So he attacked the Israelites and took some of them as prisoners. Then the people of Israel made this vow to the Lord: "If you will hand these people over to us, we will completely destroy all their towns." The Lord heard the Israelites' request and gave them victory over the Canaanites. The Israelites completely destroyed them and their towns, and the place has been called Hormah ever since. Then the people of Israel set out from Mount Or, taking the road to the Red Sea to go around the land of Edom. But the people grew impatient with the long journey, and they began to speak against God and Moses. Long sigh. "Why have you brought us out of Egypt to die here in this wilderness?" they complained. "There's nothing to eat here and nothing to drink, and we hate this horrible manna." So the Lord sent poisonous snakes among the people, and many were bitten and died. I'm not going to give my opinions on that, but you fuck around and find out. Then the people came to Moses and cried out, "We have sinned by speaking against the Lord and against you." I mean, no, not against him, just against the Lord. "Pray that the Lord will take away the snakes." So Moses prayed for the people, as he do. Then the Lord told him, "Make a replica of a poisonous snake and attach it to a pole. All who are bitten will live if they simply look at it." So Moses made a snake out of bronze and attached it to a pole. Then anyone who was bitten by a snake could look at the bronze snake and be healed. So he's like, "I'm not going to take away the snakes. keep getting bit. The Israelites traveled next to Oboth and camped there. Then they were on to I Iabarim in the wilderness. I swear, every name in here has been divided between two lines in all of chapter 21. On the border of Moab. From there they traveled to the valley of Zered Brook and set up camp. Then they moved out and camped on the far side of the Arnon River, in the wilderness adjacent to the territory of the Amorites. The Arnon is the boundary line between the Moabites and the Amorites. For this reason, the book of the wars of the Lord speaks of the town of Waheb in the area of Suphah in the ravines of the Arnon River, and the ravines that extend as far as the settlement of Ar on the border of Moab. From there, the Israelites traveled to Beer. Well, shit. Stop and have one for me. Which is the well where the Lord said to Moses, assemble the people, and I will give them water. Then the Israelites sang this song. Spring up, O well, yes, sing its praises. Sing of this well which princes dug, which great leaders hollowed out with their scepters and staffs. Then the Israelites left the wilderness and proceeded on through Matana, Nahaliel, and Bameth. Oh man, they are killing me today. After that, they went to the valley in Moab, where Pisgah Peak overlooks the wasteland. The Israelites sent ambassadors to King Sihon of the Amorites with this message. Let us travel through your land. We will be very careful not to go through your fields and vineyards. We won't even drink water from your wells. We will stay on the king's road until we have passed through your territory. Sounds like a very familiar letter. But King Sihon refused to let them cross his territory. Instead, he mobilized his entire army and attacked Israel in the wilderness, engaging them in the battle at Jahaz. But the Israelites slaughtered them with their swords and occupied their land from the Arnon River to the Jabbok River. And they probably could have done that with the Edomites too. Just saying. Faithless cowards. They went only as far as the Ammonite border because the boundary of the Ammonites was fortified. Oh, break down those fortifications, pussy. So Israel captured all the towns of the Amorites and settled in them, including the city of Heshbon and its surrounding villages. Heshbon had been the capital of King Sihon of the Amorites. He had defeated a former Moabite king and seized all his land as far as the Arnon River. Therefore, the ancient poets wrote this about him. Come to Heshbon and let it be rebuilt. Let the city of Sihon be restored. A fire flamed forth from Heshbon, a blaze from the city of Sihon. It burned the city of Ar in Moab. It destroyed the rulers of the Arnon heights. What sorrows await you, people of Moab? You are finished, O worshippers of Shamash. Shamash has left his sons as refugees, his daughters as captives of Sihon the Amorite king. We have utterly destroyed them from Heshbon to Dibon. We have completely wiped them out as far away as Nophah and Medeba. So the rulers of Israel occupied the territory of the Amorites. After Moses sent men to explore the Gezer area, they captured all the towns in the region and drove out the Amorites who lived there. Then they turned and marched up the road to Bashan, but King Og of Bashan and all his people attacked them at Edrei. The Lord said to Moses, "Do not be afraid of him, for I have handed him over to you, along with all his people and his land. Do the same to him as you did to King Sihon of the Amorites, who ruled in Heshbon." And Israel killed King Og, his sons, and all his subjects. Not a single survivor remained. Then Israel occupied their land. Oof. Try reading that in 2025. Chapter 22. Then the people of Israel traveled to the plains of Moab and camped east of the Jordan River across from Jericho. Balak, son of Zippor, the Moabite king, had seen everything the Israelites did to the Amorites. And when the people of Moab saw how many Israelites there were, they were terrified. The king of Moab said to the elders of Midian, "This mob will devour everything in sight, like an ox devours grass in the field." So Balak, king of Moab, sent messengers to call Balaam, son of Beor, who was living in his native land of Pethor near the Euphrates River. His message said, "Look, a vast horde of people has arrived from Egypt. They cover the face of the earth and are threatening me. Please come and curse these people for me, because they are too powerful for me. Then perhaps I will be able to conquer them and drive them from the land. I know that blessings fall on any people you bless, and curses fall on people you curse. But good fucking luck with that, Balak." Balak's messengers, who were elders of Moab and Midian, set out with money to pay Balaam, whatever, to place a curse upon Israel. They went to Balaam and delivered Balak's message to him. "Stay here overnight," Balaam said. "In the morning I will tell you whatever the Lord directs me to say." So the officials from Moab stayed there with Balaam. That night God came to Balaam and asked him, "Who are these men visiting you?" Balaam said to God, "Balak, son of Zippor, king of Moab, has sent me this message. Look, a vast horde of people has arrived from Egypt, and they cover the face of the earth. Come and curse these people for me, then perhaps I will be able to stand up to them and drive them from the land." Oh dear, this is not going to work out well for you. But God told Balaam, "Do not go with them. You are not to curse these people, for they have been blessed." The next morning, Balaam got up and told Balak's officials, "Go on home. The Lord will not let me go with you." So the Moabite officials returned to King Balak and reported, "Balaam refused to come with us." Then Balak tried again. This time he sent a larger number of even more distinguished officials than those he had sent the first time. That's 100% gonna work, bro. Brilliant idea. Then they went to Balaam and delivered this message to him. This is what Balak, son of Zippor, says. "Please don't let anything stop you from coming to help me. I will pay you very well and do whatever you tell me. Just come and curse these people for me." No, no. But Balaam responded to Balak's messengers, "Even if Balak were to give me his palace filled with silver and gold, I would be powerless to do anything against the will of the Lord my God. But stay here one more night, and I will see if the Lord has anything else to say to me." That night God came to Balaam and told him, "Since these men have come to you, since these men have come for you, get up and go with them, but do only what I tell you to do." Oh boy. So the next morning Balaam got up, saddled his donkey, and started off with the Moabite officials. But God was angry that Balaam was going, so he sent the angel of the Lord to stand in the road to block his way. As Balaam and two servants were riding along, Balaam's donkey saw the angel of the Lord standing in the road with a drawn sword in his hand. The donkey bolted off the road into a field, but Balaam beat it and turned it back onto the road. Then the angel of the Lord stood at a place where the road narrowed between two vineyard walls. Then, when the donkey saw the angel of the Lord, it tried to squeeze by and crushed Balaam's foot against the wall, so Balaam beat the donkey again. Then the angel of the Lord moved farther down the road and stood in a place too narrow for the donkey to get by at all. This time, when the donkey saw the angel, it lay down under Balaam. In a fit of rage, Balaam beat the animal again with his staff. Then the Lord gave the donkey the ability to speak. "What have I done to you that deserves your beating me 3 times?" it asked Balaam. "You have made me look like a fool," Balaam shouted. "If I had a sword with me, I would kill you. You have made me look, but I am the same donkey you have ridden all your life," the donkey answered. "Have I ever done anything like this before?" "No," Balaam admitted. Then the Lord opened Balaam's eyes, and he saw the angel of the Lord standing in the roadway with a drawn sword in his hand. Balaam bowed his head and fell face down on the ground before him. "Why did you beat your donkey those 3 times?" the angel of the Lord demanded. "Look, I have come to block your way because you are stubbornly resisting me." 3 times the donkey saw me and shied away. Otherwise, I would certainly have killed you by now and spared the donkey. Then Balaam, confused to the angel of the Lord, confessed. I can't read. I am not word. "I have sinned. I didn't realize you were standing in the road to block my way. I will return home if you are against my going. But the angel of the Lord told Balaam, Go with these men, but say only what I tell you to say. So Balaam went on with Balak's officials. When King Balak had heard that Balaam was on the way, he went out to meet him at a Moabite town on the Arnon River at the farthest border of his land. Didn't I send you an urgent invitation? Why didn't you come right away? Balak asked Balaam. Didn't you believe me when I said I would reward you richly? Balaam replied, Look, now I have come, but I have no power to say whatever I want. I will speak only the message that God puts in my mouth. Then Balaam accompanied Balak to Kiriath Huzoth, where the king sacrificed cattle and sheep. He sent portions of the meat to Balaam and the officials who were with him. The next morning Balak took Balaam up to Bamoth Baal. From there he could see some of the people of Israel spread out below him. Oh boy. Balak thinks this is going to go good for him. Anybody else think this is not going to go good for him? I don't think this is going to go good for this guy at all. Chapter 23, Balaam's first message. Then Balaam said to King Balak, Build me 7 altars here and prepare 7 young bulls and 7 rams for me to sacrifice. Balak followed his instructions, and the 2 of them sacrificed a young bull and a ram on each altar. Then Balaam said to Balak, Stand here by your burnt offerings, and I will go see if the Lord will respond to me. Then I will tell you whatever he reveals to me. So Balaam went alone to the top of a bare hill, and God met him there. Balaam said to him, I have prepared 7 altars and have sacrificed a young bull and a ram on each altar. The Lord gave Balaam a message for King Balak. Then he said, Go back to Balak and give him my message. So Balaam returned and found the king standing beside his burnt offerings with all the officials of Moab. This was the message Balaam delivered. Balak summoned me to come from Aram. The king of Moab brought me from the eastern hills. Come, he said, curse Jacob for me. Come and announce Israel's doom. But how can I curse those whom God has not cursed? How can I condemn those whom the Lord has not condemned? I see them from the cliff tops. I watch them from the hills. I see a people who live by themselves, set apart from other nations. Who can count Jacob's descendants as numerous as dust? Who can count even a fourth of Israel's people? Let me die like the righteous. Let my life end like theirs. Then King Balak demanded of Balaam, What have you done to me? I brought you to curse my enemies. Instead, you have blessed them. But Balaam replied, I will speak only the message that the Lord puts in my mouth. Then King Balak told him, come with me to another place, then you will see another part of this nation of Israel, but not all of them. Curse at least that many? So Balak took Balaam to the plateau of Zophim on Pisgah Peak. He built 7 altars there, and offered a young bull and a ram on each altar. Then Balaam said to the king, stand here by your burnt offerings, while I go over there to meet with the Lord. And the Lord met Balaam and gave him a message. Then he said, go back to Balak and give him my message. So Balaam returned and found the king standing beside his burnt offerings, with all the officials of Moab. What did the Lord say? Balak asked eagerly. Oh, why are you eagerly asking that question, my guy? This was the message Balaam delivered. Rise up, Balak, and listen. Hear me, son of Zippor. God is not a man, so he does not lie. He is not human, so he does not change his mind. Has he ever spoken and failed to act? Has he ever promised and not carried it through? Listen, I have received a command to bless. God has blessed, and I cannot reverse it. No misfortune is in the plan for Jacob. No trouble is in store for Israel. For the Lord their God is with them. He has been proclaimed their king. God brought them out of Egypt. For them he is as strong as a wild ox. No curse can touch Jacob. No magic has any power against Israel. From now it will be said of Jacob, what wonders God has done for Israel. These people rise up like a lioness, like a majestic lion rousing itself. They refuse to rest until they have feasted on prey, drinking the blood of the slaughtered. Then Balak said to Balaam, fine, but if you won't curse them, at least don't bless them. But Balaam replied to Balak, didn't I tell you that I can only do what the Lord tells me? Balaam's third Z message. Then King Balak said to Balaam, come, I will take you to one more place. Perhaps it will please God to let you curse them from there. So Balak took Balaam to the top of Mount Peor, overlooking the wasteland. Balaam again told Balak, build me 7 altars and prepare 7 young bulls and rams for me to sacrifice. So Balak did as Balaam ordered and offered a young bull and a ram on each altar. Chapter 24. By now Balaam realized that the Lord was determined to bless Israel, so he did not resort to divination as before. Instead, he turned and looked out toward the wilderness, where he saw the people of Israel camped, tribe by tribe. Then the Spirit of God came upon him, and this is the message he delivered. This is the message of Balaam, son of Beor, the message of the man whose eyes see clearly. The message of one who hears the words of God, who sees a vision from the Almighty, who bows down with eyes wide open. How beautiful are your tents, O Jacob! How lovely are your homes, O Israel! They spread before me like palm groves, like gardens by the riverside. They are like tall trees planted by the Lord, like cedars beside the waters. Water will flow from their buckets. Their offspring have all they need. Their king will be greater than Agag. Their kingdom will be exalted. Write that down. That's Jesus appearing in Numbers. God brought them out of Egypt. For them he is as strong as a wild ox. He devours all the nations that oppose him, breaking their bones in pieces, shooting them with arrows. Like a lion, Israel crouches and lies down. Like a lioness, who dares to arouse her? Blessed is everyone who blesses you, O Israel, and cursed is everyone who curses you. King Balak flew into a rage against Balaam. He angrily clapped his hands and shouted, I called you to curse my enemies. Instead, you have blessed them thrice. Now get out of here. Go back home. I promised to reward you richly, but the Lord has kept you from your reward. No, 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 the opposite. No, the Lord is his reward. Balaam told Balak, don't you remember what I told your messengers? I said, even if Balak were to give me his palace filled with silver and gold, I would be powerless to do anything against the will of the Lord. I told you that I could only say what the Lord says. Now, I am returning to my own people, but first let me tell you what the Israelites will do to your people in the future. Oh, oh, you're not gonna like it. Balaam's final message is, this is the message Balaam delivered. This is the message of Balaam, son of Beor, the message of the man whose eyes see clearly, the message of one who hears the words of God, who has knowledge from the Most High, who sees a vision of the Almighty, who bows down with eyes wide open. I see him, but not here and now. I perceive him, but far in the distant future. A star will rise from Jacob. A scepter will emerge from Israel. It will crush the head of Moab's people, cracking the skulls of the people of Sheth. Edom will be taken over, and Seir, its enemy, will be conquered. While Israel marches on in triumph, a ruler will rise in Jacob who will destroy the survivors of Ur. Write that part down too. Same prophecy. Then Balaam looked over toward the people of Amalek and delivered this message. Amalek was the greatest of nations, but its destiny is destruction. Then he looked over toward the Kenites and delivered this message. Your home is secure. Your nest is set in the rocks. But the Kenites will be destroyed when Assyria takes you captive. Balaam concluded his messages by saying, Alas! Who can survive unless God has willed it? Ships will come from the coasts of Cyprus. They will oppress Assyria and afflict Eber, but they too will be utterly destroyed. Then Balaam left and returned home, and Balak also went on his way. I am surprised that he did not try to kill this prophet of the Lord, because that is kind of how these things go. Chapter 25. When the Israelites were camped at the acacia grove, some of the men defiled themselves by having sex with the local Moabite women. These women invited them to attend sacrifices to their gods, so the Israelites feasted with them and worshiped the gods of Moab. Oh. The Ark of the Covenant. That's rule number 1. That was rule number 1. In this way, Israel joined in the worship of Baal of Peor, causing the Lord's anger to blaze against his people. The Lord issued the following command to Moses: Seize all the ringleaders and execute them before the Lord in broad daylight, so his fierce anger will turn away from the people of Israel. So Moses ordered Israel's judges, Each of you must put to death the men under your authority who have joined in worshipping Baal of Peor. Just then, one of the Israelite men brought a Midianite woman into his tent right before the eyes of Moses and all the people, as everyone was weeping at the entrance of the tabernacle. Ooh. When Phinehas, son of Eleazar and grandson of Aaron, the priest, saw this, he jumped up and left the assembly. He took a spear and rushed after the man into his tent. Phinehas thrust the spear all the way through the man's body and into the woman's stomach, so the plague against the Israelites was stopped, but not before 24,000 people had died. Hey, guess what, Phinehas? Unclean. But here's my question. Since you speared 2 of them, is it unclean for 7 days still? Because now you got 2 dead bodies on you, so unclean for 14 days. Then the Lord, where was I? Oh, then the Lord said to Moses, Phinehas, son of Eleazar and grandson of Aaron, the priest, has turned my anger away from the Israelites by being as zealous among them as I was. So I stopped destroying all Israel as I had intended to do in my zealous anger. Now, tell him that I am making my special covenant of peace with him. In this covenant, I give him and his descendants a permanent right to the priesthood, for in his zeal for me, his God, he purified the people of Israel, making them right with me. The Israelite man killed with the Midianite woman was named Zimri, son of Salu, the leader of a family from the tribe of Simeon. The woman's name was Cosbi. She was the daughter of Zur, the leader of a Midianite clan. Then the Lord said to Moses, Attack the Midianites and destroy them, Because they assaulted you with deceit and tricked you into worshipping Baal, and because of Cosby, because fuck her, the daughter of a Midianite leader who was killed at the time of the plague, because of what happened at Peor. Literally, kill them all for all the reasons. Chapter 26, the second registration of Israel's troops. After the plague had ended, the Lord said to Moses and to Eleazar, son of Aaron the priest, from the whole community of Israel, record the names of all the warriors by their families. List all the men 20 years old or older who are able to go to war. We're censusing again. So, there on the plains of Moab, beside the Jordan River, across from Jericho, Moses and Eleazar the priest issued these instructions to the leaders of Israel. List all the men of Israel, 20 years old and older, just as the Lord had commanded Moses. This is the record of all the descendants of Israel who came out of Egypt. Volume 2. The tribe of Reuben. These were the clans descendant from the sons of Reuben, Jacob's oldest son. The Hanochite clan, named after their ancestor Hanoch. The Peluite clan, named after their ancestor Palu. The Hezronite clan, named after their ancestor Hezron. The Carmite clan, named after their ancestor Carmi. These were the clans of Reuben. Their registered troops numbered 43,730. Palu was the ancestor of Eliab, and Eliab was the father of Nemuel, Dathan, and Abiram. This Dathan and Abiram are the same community leaders who conspired with Korah against Moses and Aaron, they the dead now, by the way, rebelling against the Lord, but the Lord opened up but the earth opened up its mouth and swallowed them with Korah, and fire devoured 250 of their followers. This served Israel as a warning to the entire, or this served as a warning to the entire nation of Israel. However, the sons of Korah did not die that day. That's interesting. Because I could have swore it swallowed up him, his tent, his family, and all those who followed him. That's what it said. These were the clans descended from the sons of Simeon, the Jemuelite clan named after their ancestor Jemuel, the Jemonite clan named after their ancestor Jemin, the Jachinite clan named after their ancestor Jachin, the Zoharite clan named after their ancestor Zohar, the Shaulite clan named after their ancestor Shaul. That lesson that Dathan and Abiram had to learn with Korah literally lasted a day, and Israel was right back at it again the next day, doing the rebelling. Keep rebelling. We always been this broken and rebellious, haven't we? These were the clans of Simeon. Their registered troops numbered 22,200. The tribe of Gad. These were the clans descendant from the sons of Gad. The Zephonite clan, named after their ancestor Zephon. The Shunite clan, named after their ancestor Shuni. The Haggite clan, named after their ancestor Haggi. The Oznite clan, named after their ancestor Ozni. The Erite clan, named after their ancestor Eri. The Eridite clan, named after their ancestor Arodi. The Israelite clan, named after their ancestor Israelite. These were the clans of Gad. Their registered troops numbered 40,500. Judah had two sons, Er and Onan, who had died in the land of Canaan. These were the clans descended from Judah's surviving sons. The Shelonite clan, named after their ancestor Shelah. The Perizzite clan, named after their ancestor Perez. The Zerahite clan, named after their ancestor Zerah. These were the subclans descendant of the Perizzites. The Hezronites, named after their ancestor Hezron. The Hamulites, named after their ancestor Hamul. These were the clans of Judah. Their registered troops numbered 76,500. Still the biggest tribe to this day. The tribe of Issachar. These were the clans descendant of the sons of Issachar. The Toliite clan, named after their ancestor Tola. The Puite clan, named after their ancestor Pua. The Jashubite clan, named after their ancestor Jashub. The Shimronite clan, named after their ancestor Shimron. These were the clans of Issachar. Their registered troops numbered 64,300. These were the clans descendant from the sons of Zebulun. The Seredite clan, named after their ancestor Sered. The Elonite clan, named after their ancestor Elon. The Jalilite clan, named after their ancestor Jalil. Gotta talk about you, Jalil. These were the clans of Zebulun. Their registered troops numbered 60,500. Two clans were descended from Joseph through Manasseh and Ephraim. These were the clans descendant from Manasseh. The Machirite clan, named after their ancestor Machir. The Gileadite clan, named after their ancestor Gilead, Machir's son. These were the subclans descended from the Gileadites. The Lezerites, named after their ancestor Lezer. The Helikites, named after their ancestor Helik. The Asrielites, named after their ancestor Asriel. The Shechemites, named after their ancestor Shechem. The Shemidites, named after their ancestor Shemida. The Heferites, named after their ancestor Hefer. One of Hefer's descendants, Zeliophehad, had no sons, but his daughters were named Mala, Noah, Hagla, Milcah, and Tisra. Noah, that's a boy's name. These were the registered clans of Manasseh. Their troops numbered 52,700. I knew someone was going to make an Elon joke. Someone had to. Someone had to make an Elon joke. These were the clans descendant from the sons of Ephraim. Oh, this is just getting bad at this point. The Shuthelathite clan, named after their ancestor Shuthela, and I hope I never have to say that again. The Beckerite clan, named after their ancestor Becker, and the Tahanite clan, named after their ancestor Tahan. This was the subclan descendant from the Shuthielite clans, the Aaronites, named after their ancestor Aaron. These were the clans of Ephraim. Their registered troops numbered 32,500. These clans of Manasseh and Ephraim were all descendants of Joseph, Dad's favorite. The tribe of Benjamin. These were the clans descendant of the sons of Benjamin. The Belite clan, named after their ancestor Bela. The Ashbelite clan, named after their ancestor Ashbel. The Ahiramite clan, named after their ancestor Ahiram. The Shuphamite clan, named after their ancestor Shupham. The Huphamite clan, named after their ancestor Hupham. Hupham and Shupham. These were the subclans descended of the Belites. The Ardites, named after their ancestor Ard, and the Namites, named after their ancestor Naaman. 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 These were the clans of Benjamin. Their registered troops numbered 45,600. So, God has smited a lot of Israel lately. He's been smiting since we got into Numbers. And yet, these numbers don't seem to be diminishing from the first time we counted these clans. Just saying. The tribe of Dan. These were the clans descendant from the sons of Dan. The Shuhamite clan, named after their ancestor Shuham. These were the Shuhamite clans of Dan. Their registered troops numbered 64,400. Very disappointing, Dan. Your clan should have done better. These were the clans descendant from the sons of Asher. The Imnite clan, named after their ancestor Imnah. The Ishvite clan, named after their ancestor Ishvi. The Beriite clan, named after their ancestor Beria. These were the subclans of the Berites. The Heberites, named after their ancestor Heber. And the Malkielites, named after their ancestor Malkiel. Malkiel, that's a sick name right there. Man, Malkiel for my firstborn son. I like it. Asher also had a daughter named Sarah. These were the clans of Asher. Their registered troops numbered 53,400. And I'm wondering why all of a sudden someone's daughter is relevant. Like, we have gotten through all these clans without mentioning any daughters. So why is she relevant? Look, Dan had one son. Why is this noted here? These were the clans descendant from the sons of Naphtali. The Jahizalite clan, named after their ancestor the Jazalite clan, named after their ancestor Jazeel. The Gunite clan, named after their ancestor Guni. The Jezerite clan, named after their ancestor Jezer. The Shilamite clan, named after their ancestor Shillam. Yeah, Naaman's another great name. Like, that was literally his name. Naaman. Naaman. These were the clans of Naphtali. Their registered troops numbered 45,400. In summary, the registered troops of all Israel numbered 601,730. Now I kind of want to go back to the first census because, yeah. What was the number then? Oh. The total number was 603,550. So, during all this time and through all this smiting where tens of thousands have died, we have lost a grand total of like 2,000 fighting men, give or take. It's an estimate. It's not a grand total. It is a very rough estimate of around 2,000. Then the Lord said to Moses, divide the land among the tribes and distribute grants of land in proportion to the tribes' populations, as indicated by the number of names on the list. Goonie, not the Goonies. Give the larger tribes more land and the smaller tribes less land. Each group receiving a grant in proportion to the size of its population, but you must assign the land by lot and give land to each ancestral tribe according to the number of names on the list. Each grant of land must be assigned by a lot among the larger and smaller tribal groups. So, bigger tribe gets bigger lot, smaller tribe gets smaller lot. You can't give small tribe big lot and big tribe small lot because you feel like it. You do as I tell you. Understand? The tribe. This is the record of the Levites, who were counted according to their clans. The Gershonite clan, named after their ancestor Gershon, the Kohathite clan, named after their ancestor Kohath, and the Merarite clan, named after their ancestor Merari. The Libanites, the Hebronites, the Malites, the Mushites, and the Koralites were all subclans of the Levites. Now, Kohath was the ancestor of Amram, and Amram's wife was named Jochebed. She was also a descendant of Levi, born among the Levites in the land of Egypt. Amram and Jochebed became the parents of Aaron, Moses, and their sister Miriam. To Aaron were born Nadab, Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar, but Nadab and Abihu died when they were burned before the Lord the wrong kind of fire, different than he had commanded. The men from the Levite clans who were 1 month old or older numbered 23,000. But the Levites were not included in the registration of the rest of the people of Israel, because they were not given an allotment of land when it was divided among the Israelites. They were also not expected to go to war with the other tribes of Israel. They were expected to guard the tabernacle and do the holy work. So, these are the results of the registration of the people of Israel as conducted by Moses and Eleazar the priest on the plains of Moab beside the Jordan River across from Jericho. Not one person on this list had been among those listed in the previous registration taken by Moses and Aaron in the wilderness of Sinai, for the Lord had said of them, they will all die in the wilderness. Not one of them survived except Caleb, son of Jephunneh, and Joshua, son of Nun. Chapter 27. One day a petition was presented by the daughters of Zelophehad, Mahlah, Noah, Hoglah, Milcah, and Tirzah. Their father Zelophehad was a descendant of Hepher, son of Gilead, son of Machir, son of Manasseh, son of Joseph. These women stood before Moses, Eleazar the priest, and the tribal leaders and the entire community at the entrance of the tabernacle. Our father died in the wilderness, they said. He was not among Korah's followers who rebelled against the Lord. He died because of his own sin, but he had no sons. Why should the name of our father disappear from his clan just because he had no sons? Give us property along with the rest of our relatives." So Moses brought their case before the Lord, and the Lord replied to Moses, "The claim of the daughters of Zelophehad is legitimate. You must give them a grant of land along with their father's relatives. Assign them the property that would have been given to their father. And give the following instructions to the people of Israel. If a man dies and has no son, then give his inheritance to his daughters. And if he has no daughter either, transfer his inheritance to his brothers. If he has no brothers, give his inheritance to his father's brothers. But if his father has no brothers, give his inheritance to the nearest relative in his clan. This is a legal requirement for the people of Israel, just as the Lord had commanded Moses. One day the Lord said to Moses, "Climb one of the mountains east of the river, and look out over the land I have given the people of Israel. After you have seen it, you will die like your brother Aaron, for you both rebelled against my instructions in the wilderness of Zin. When the people of Israel rebelled, you failed to demonstrate my holiness to them at the waters. These are the waters of Meribah at Kadesh in the wilderness of Zin." We literally talked about that just like a little while ago. Then Moses said to the Lord, "O Lord, you are the God who gives breath to all creatures. Please appoint a new man as leader for the community. Give them someone who will guide them wherever they go, and who will lead them in battle, so the community of the Lord will not be like a sheep without a shepherd." The Lord replied, "Take Joshua, son of Nun, who has the Spirit in him, and lay your hands on him. Present him to Eleazar the priest before the whole community, and publicly commission him to lead the people. Transfer some of your authority to him so the whole community of Israel will obey him." Right, because they did such a good job obeying Moses and God himself up until this point. When direction from the Lord is needed, Joshua will stand before Eleazar the priest, who will use the Urim, one of the sacred lots cast before the Lord, to determine his will. This is how Joshua and the rest of the community of Israel will determine everything they should do. So Moses did just as the Lord had commanded. He presented Joshua to Eleazar the priest and the whole community. Moses laid his hands on him and commissioned him to lead the people, just as the Lord had commanded through Moses. And oh my, isn't that just a perfect point to have scheduled to stop for today? Find out what happens next tomorrow when we finish Numbers on Bible from the beginning. Tomorrow is Friday, right? I'm not confused. That's excellent. Okay, let's find somewhere to send all the fine folk of the stream And let's head on out of here. To everyone who stopped by, Cat, Squab, B Money, Space Stoner with the raid coming through. Oh, Paul, Paul, Paul. That kills people. Yep. So yeah, we'll knock out 28 to 36 tomorrow. Numbers will be over. And we can start Deuteronomy. I believe Deuteronomy. I think it's Deuteronomy. That's where I stalled out the last time. Was in the Deuteronomies. But yeah, we can do that Monday. We ain't stalling out this time. All in. Okay. We were finding somewhere to send these fine folk in, weren't we? Uh-huh. I haven't raided this homie in a while. Oh, never mind, he's premium. I'm not raiding out to a premium.
Run for anything.
Okie dokie. Wait a minute. Is this guy live? Oh, it's just his music in chat. Ugh. Well. That is not the one we want, so... Ugh. Say what up to Joey for me, would ya? And I will catch you beautiful peoples tomorrow at the latest. I don't know. Sometimes I pop up in the later in the evening with another stream of some other variety. Till then, you know the drill.